motherfuckers.
I mean, creepy motherfuckers with some resolution, though.
Yeah.
We do have an end to the story, it looks like, definitively.
Is it?
So,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I
I
just
only saw. I saw
check the ideas channel for the most recent link I posted. For once, Vice was a credible news source. Amazing, I know. Near impossible. Yeah, actually, when I was I was a little running behind. I almost got on here. I was like, "What am I going to tell him? I'm going to tell him the truth, obviously, right?" And then I was like, "I can just tell him I was washing my hair because I have a shaved head." For the audio listener, I truly am bald. I'm not really though. I just keep shaving my head recently because I like it. Let's get in the comment section below and the ones and twos. Let's let us know. Do you guys like the flea bald head? And if you don't, tell us why. And if you do, don't tell me why you like it. I just know you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, confirmation bias, baby.
I'm just trying to speed run this article.
Yeah,
you made one of Cutie Cinderella too. Shit.
Oh, there was quite a few people who were prominently involved. All right, let's just roll right into it. Hello and welcome to another episode of One Ten Podcast. As Trill does his studying up on what will likely be our largest portion of the conversation tonight on how to not objectify women 101. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about that. We're talking about a lot of neat things. Let's start the show off on a good note, though. I always like to start off on something nice. And about an hour ago, I found out that Hulu has finally ordered the revival of King of the Hill. It's happening.
What's like the concept for that? If you know what I mean, like.
What do you mean?
So is it?
What do you mean? What's the concept of King of the Hill? A slice of life, Texas.
No. Well, I mean, like, is it just picking up from where it left off, or is it?
I would imagine so. Have you seen the end of King of the Hill?
No. Well,
it's not like
maybe
it's nothing steep. It can continue on very well.
Okay. People like reboot shit and change stuff all the time.
I get what you're saying. No, see,
we did just have one of the biggest flops of all time.
What I think you are referring to, though, right? But you're referring to is not a revival, but as a retelling or a new way of telling. A revival,
reimagining.
Right? This is a revival. This is a direct Mike Judge and all the original voice actors are coming back.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
continuing, right? So I feel like that's a good concept to talk about. Actually, let's talk about the reboot versus the revival. And we actually Go ahead.
King of the Hill character draft.
Top three.
You
can go first since you came up with the idea.
I mean, I'm gonna take Hank number 1 overall.
That would be silly not to, boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. Hank should be number 1, but if I'm gonna take a number 2, and it's obvious, it's Dale. Dale is easily the second most. Have you ever watched any of those videos? The power scaling of King of the Hill characters.
No,
they are so good. They are to 2 hour long videos where the guy goes over a character's history throughout the show, and he will describe their power level at a percentage of their total power. It's so funny, dude. Dale's is great, and so is Hank's. Who do you think is stronger, Dale or Hank?
Hank is what I would think.
Hank is stronger in feats of strength and in measured strength, but Dale has unlimited potential, and that is the true argument. All right, who's your number 2?
I'm gonna take Boomhauer.
That's a good one, man. All right, man. I'll tell you what, man. That's a hype one.
That is a gag that's forever funny.
So to combat you and to add more frivolous tension to the characters you've picked, I'm going to choose Khan as my number 2. So I can annoy the shit out of Hank as your next door neighbor. I still never get over the episode where Hank goes over for the barbecue at Khan's house and he has a burger and he's like, "This is so amazing." He's like, "Yeah, I cooked it on charcoal," and Hank has an existential crisis for an entire episode. It's so good, so good.
Oh man, that's so fun. Yeah, they were like eating it in secret for a while.
Yes, sir.
Hank. Yeah, good episodes.
Good stuff. All right,
number 3.
Yeah, you're number 3, baby.
I was leaning towards John Redwood, or what's the Native American?
I think that's right, but I'll double check that now.
Yeah. I kind of want to take him. No, I'm gonna take Cotton.
Hank's dad.
Yeah. He's just fucking fun. He's like a Frank-esque.
It's actually John Redcorn, I believe.
Redcorn.
It is. Okay. It's John Redcorn. That's who you're referring to.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take Cotton.
You're gonna say Cotton? Okay, well, I'm gonna choose the most obvious number 3, who should have been higher on either of our lists, and that's gonna be Bobby Hill. How the
Ooh,
fuck did Bobby slip through your list, bro? It's Bobby. That's my
true.
purse. I don't know you. Like,
Damn, another notable one that fell through was his other neighbor, the sad one.
you're really gonna drop Bill Dotrieve like that and just not know his name?
Bill. Okay, all right.
I know his first and last, brother. Here's a question: do you know what Boomhauer does for a job?
No.
He's a park ranger.
Oh,
Yeah, you find it out in like season 8.
that's hey, okay.
Yeah, they touch on that.
I don't think I've watched enough like King of the Hill. Like
I don't think you did either. I think you just need to watch it again. Like,
yeah,
for the fun of enjoying the show. Because here's the thing, it's a great background show, but when you come out of the background and then tap back into it, man, that shit's so good. Because you're like, what the fuck is this amazing? Like, this is so well crafted. And that's why, like, when I make the joke of like, oh, King of the Hill is my favorite slice of life anime, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Fruits Basket can suck my dick. King of the Hill is where it's at. Fruits Basket doesn't suck.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't suck. It's not that good, but it had to be good enough to be remade and like justifiably deserve it.
That's fair.
It's not like it's not a Berserk situation where they just keep making it so bad that they have to redo it to get it right one day. It's like yeah, this is pretty good, but we can make it better. You know,
it can't get any worse.
What's your are there any remade animes that you enjoy actually, or like rebooted ones that were on like the reboot revival situation?
Fate Stay Night and turned into like Fate Unlimited Blade Woodworks. So say that was good. That was good.
I'm gonna deliver. I'm not gonna play the hot take sound effect, but I'm gonna deliver a hot take to this day. I've still not watched any Fate. I know the concept. I know I will like the concept because I understand that it's historical figures and I fucking eat that shit up. But the problem I have with it is the mana transmission thing and the sex magic, and that's like too much. I'm gonna be like super square when I say this. I hate titty animes.
Oh yeah, me too.
Okay. So like for example, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord was like almost towing the line. Dude, I trucked through it because Sam wanted to watch it, and let me tell you this: 50% of that show was great, and the other 50% was the booby part, and I hated it. And I am not an incel, dude. I have a kid on the way. I touch titty on a regular basis. I just don't need that much sexualization in my fucking Japanese cartoons.
You know, it was a big perpetrator for me.
Go for it.
The Airporto. Have you ever heard of that one?
No.
Oh man, it's about isekai trash. Isekai trash, dude.
There's a lot of isekai trash. There's a lot of trash. That's because a lot of it is light novels that just get a lot of things that are made now are light novels that like are just one book with a terrible title, and they're like, cool, we're gonna make this into a season about an isekai. And you're gonna hate it.
Eat that shit up.
Yeah, they do eat that shit up. And why do you think it is? What is it about the isekai? For the audio listener who doesn't understand our weeb shit, let's just lay this out there. An isekai is when it means another world. Literal translation, Japanese. So it's an anime where they go to a different reincarnated, reborn, transported, whatever you want to say. Or in Kiriko's case, you guys know Sword Art Online? You know that dumb shit?
No, yeah, you go virtual, whatever. As long as it doesn't take place in real life.
Let's put it this way. Overlord, good virtual isekai.
Yeah, I guess.
Overlord's, you never really? I'd say it's a good power fantasy, like, you want to see a guy do cool shit? No. Yes, they all are. Yes, but there's some are good and some are bad, right?
Yeah.
So what you want a good power fantasy if you're gonna watch a power fantasy, right? And you want to acknowledge that it is that and not be like hidden in the shell that is like a mystery plot or like so,
I guess not all of them are like power fantasies. It just goes hand in hand with having a harem.
Yeah.
And that's like
no, because Ainzel Ghoul does not have he does have a harem, but he doesn't have a harem. He doesn't have a harem, really.
But he does though.
There are NPCs who wanted to bang him after he became real, okay? But like he doesn't want the pussy. He doesn't care about the Japanese digital pussy. He doesn't care, man. He just wants to be all powerful and do his domain.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, he's actually you should hardcore actually watch Overlord. It's really good.
That's fine.
What do you mean that's fine? What does that mean?
I mean,
you're not gonna watch it. I know what that means.
No,
what the fuck?
I won't. I won't watch it.
I know you. We've been doing this long enough now to know when we're gonna watch TV show when we're not going to, so we can talk about it. You son of a bitch. It's all right. I still love you.
I can't handle virtual game like isekais, dude. They
Okay.
just bore me.
Okay. No, that's a fair criticism. I'll actually give you that. So explain why though. So the audio listener can understand you better. So the visual listener
I
can understand you
mean,
better.
like I said, at the heart of these are all just power fantasies.
You think so?
And a lot of yeah, and the reason why people like these trash ones that come out is because they're all the exact same, just a different gimmick
Just
and
different
like a
coding,
slightly different.
different shell.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. It's just safe, I guess. I don't know, it's
No,
consistent
you're
garbage.
you're making a fair argument. I'll give you that.
And every fucking loser wants to be that guy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like, isn't that the heart of all like remotely combat related anime?
No.
Really?
I would not there's some I would not want to be Torfine.
Okay. But
That
like,
is not a power fantasy for
what
me.
about what about what about like Goku or Deku? What those
They would
guys?
fall under that,
Yeah,
I
you want to.
guess.
Yeah, I'm saying like the ones who are like ultra successful. I guess there are ones that you could say you don't want to be them based on like certain things, right?
Yeah.
But like,
Goku's not invincible. We've seen him be mortal, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But like in these power fantasy isekais, for the most part, almost 90%, they start getting to that power level of just unfucking godlike.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
defying the laws of nature and physics and blowing your fucking mind apart.
Exactly.
I love that
And,
shit.
you could say the same thing for like, One Piece or like Dragon Ball Z, but
Nah,
like
you can't say the same thing for
at
One
this,
Piece. One Piece isn't about the power ups are cool, but that's not what One Piece is about.
yeah, but like
One
people
Piece
would
is
might
about the connections and the love you have for the characters.
yeah,
That show
sure, but
actually
like
fuck. No. Hear me out. This is the real Philippe hot take. We're not even a full year into the show, and it's coming back around. I fuck with One Piece now. I don't watch
it's
One Piece,
good.
but I fuck with One
One
Piece.
One Piece is good. I acknowledge it's good. I just like Bleach more.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Because Ichigo kicks ass. He's fucking
Yeah,
sick as fuck.
yeah,
You
yeah.
really standing by the Ichigo is the greatest to ever do it argument?
Yeah,
Still?
yeah.
I don't know, man.
They 1v1, Ichigo clears them.
Ichigo clears who 1v1?
Luffy.
That's not. We're not going to do this. We're not. We don't.
He clears
You
them.
nor I are educated enough to actually speak on both characters. We have to be able to speak on both. That's the problem.
That's fair.
We could
That's fair.
speak
That's
on we
fair.
could speak on Ichigo all day. I know just enough about Luffy. Just enough. And I'm gonna tell you this. His most recent revelation with his gum fruit, or it's not even a gum fruit, it's actually like a tier higher. So it's like one of the god
Yeah.
fruits. It makes him have like it's essentially the concept of plot armor and luck rolled into one. He's just like
Okay.
yeah, he's just like insatiable, bro. He can't be beat. He's just Luffy. No,
So
honestly, what made me fuck with that show though, real talk, was going back and my friend was watching it on Discord one day, like on a snow day. I just popped in a couple months ago, and it was
yeah.
episode 4. It was like right when Luffy and Robin had just met for the first time. And I was just like, this is
Okay.
early. And there was like a part between Luffy and her that was just like Luffy was caged up with a pirate gang all around him, like wanting to murder him with a cannon pointed at him and telling his new friend she had to murder him. And like they were telling him like to shut up and stop saying he's gonna be the pirate king. And he's just like, nah, but I am gonna be the pirate king. He just kept saying it. And it's like comical how he's just like replying. He has always retorts it. It's like it's an instantaneous thing. And I was like, holy shit, Luffy's so funny, dude. Like, what the fuck? This guy he just can't stop. He can't shut up. But he's not even like afraid not to shut up. He just won't. He's gonna be the pirate king. He's gonna do
So
it. And I was like,
One Piece is very good.
and then I realized that the reason why I hated One Piece for so long was because of the 4Kids dub. It was the English version that got me. Their voices in
Oh, I'm
English were
sure.
so bad when I was a kid. I thought it was so dumb. Then I watched it in Japanese, and let me tell you, holy shit, Nippon desu. It was so good. Like,
I don't know, man.
it's
That
old
was
One
the
Piece
thing that
too. New One Piece
the
is very
thing
well
that
animated.
always threw me away from One Piece is just how many episodes.
Absolutely. That's why I'm not watching it. I said I fuck with it. I don't watch it though.
It's just too many episodes.
Yeah, don't watch it. Just fuck with
Too
it.
many
Like, yeah, it's
cooks.
cool. Dude,
Yeah,
that was a
way too
great
many
bit.
cooks.
I love that Adult Swim bit.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's not a great bit. Is using AI generation
That's your
create
transition.
things.
All right, yeah. Let's just go to the meat and potatoes. We actually don't have a crazy amount of notes this week, do we?
Not really, I don't think.
Yeah, I guess not.
I
All
mean,
right.
then there's just like
Oh
the
no, we
esports
got
and
enough. We got
sports.
enough. No, we got more esports stuff to come, but we
There's
can
we got meat and
let's go over to the
potatoes.
Twitch sphere of what cringe happened this week. Either
Quick
this isn't just cringe,
cringe.
this is actually an issue I kind of dug into and I have some real feelings about. Have you seen Cutie
Well,
Cinderella's like response video? Or
I
like when
mean,
she was
no, but it feels so gross.
It is, and that really sealed the deal for me when Cutie talked about it on her stream. She went live and she's very tearful, very upset about it,
Yeah,
and like just spoke like saying like you guys need to see this because this is what the pain looks like of someone who like basically, let's put it this way. So a streamer named Atrioc who is in the camp of Ludwig, right?
yeah.
He is. He's really was really good friends with him, right?
To be fair, I just found out he had done that to Cutie as well. I like only saw
I
the
don't think he
first
did it
tweet
to
like
Cutie.
hours ago.
I don't think he did it particularly to Cutie, but she's spoken out many a time about this thing and about this whole
Oh,
deep
really?
fake thing.
Okay, I
Yes,
don't
about
watch.
how she okay, so let me just give the fuller scope. So in the past, Cutie Cinderella has voiced very advocately that she hates this deep fake porn shit that people are making of streamers and that she used to pay up to $2,000 a month to have someone remove that and DMCA strike it off the internet actually. Um
Sheesh.
yeah, and deepfake technology is getting better and better. It's developing more and more. And recently, Atrioc, another streamer who is friends with her boyfriend Ludwig, he got caught on stream by tabbing through his Windows thing. So essentially just
Yeah,
pressing
I know.
Alt
I
Tab,
saw that.
and it had the window pulled open. So for some reason, he had this open during his stream. But he had a
What
link.
the fuck?
Right. Even more cringe. Like just layers upon layers of the cringe of all this stuff, right?
Yeah, this is a very stinky onion.
So basically, Atrioc had this tab open that had a website that was like essentially a Patreon creator like competition kind of thing, right? So it's similar to Patreon, like 93% payout kind of thing,
Yeah.
and it on it had a certain name of a certain creator of deepfakes that I'm not going to name. This person has since now we'll get to the end of this resolve that existence on the internet. I don't want to still reference the name at all. I don't want to give any credit or any kind of credence to the person who did this because I think it is very fucked up. But basically, had my man had paid for access to this creator's deepfake thing, and from my understanding, there was preview videos already of the deepfake work that were like minutes long, videos, and then these ones were much longer videos.
Holy fuck.
So not only did he, go searching this out or whatever, and he said in his very tearful apology video with his wife Ari right behind him, props to Ari actually through this whole thing. Like I'm gonna really, really shout her out, his wife in the situation, because Ari's actually like I don't, obviously I don't know these people, but I do watch a lot of content around the same circles of these people. And Ari has been nothing but a saint from what I can tell. And she's a very nice person and a very kind person. And I don't think she deserves to be in the middle of this mess that is a Twitch streamer being down bad for deepfake porn. Yeah, for his colleagues. That's already bad enough, but to have your wife right there next to you dealing with all this, that's just my heart goes out to her too, as much as also the victims. So it was mostly Maya and Pokimane who were the people being viewed. I'm gonna say this: the claim that he said before this got more public of who it was, and that the creator had confirmed who it was, the deepfakes he had looked at. He said it was no one he was colleagues with, or no one he really knows, right? So Maya in the past had been very good friends with Cutie Cinderella and collaborated with her, and Cutie is Ludwig's girlfriend and another streamer as well. So another colleague, and I want to emphasize Cutie is not successful off of Ludwig. Like I want to just put that out there right now, so people understand that amongst all these names I'm saying, this woman has had her own streaming career for a long time. I knew who she was before I knew who Ludwig was. She was a League player for a long time. She deserves all the respect in the world in this own space of like just being a person, not being someone's girlfriend, not just being some woman. Like she's a very talented streamer. Also, the person who put together the streamer awards, the 360K viewership streamer awards last year. So she's an amazing like talent and planner event creator, and for her to be diminished already naturally from being Ludwig's girlfriend, right, is rough. But then there's this other argument that we really need to understand, especially you and I as men in this, creator space, if we really want to define ourselves in that, right, being on YouTube, Spotify, etc. I do Twitch streaming. We need to recognize that like women are objectified constantly for the voyeuristic view of the male gaze on the internet, and it's like instantaneous, and we've probably been guilty of it before ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucked up, and I'm sure I'm old as shit now and don't do that obviously or anything remotely close to it anymore. And I'm sure you're fairly partially the same as you've gotten older and
Yeah.
more serious relationships and like grown your understanding of the world, that you don't behave that way. But the thing is there's a lot of young men and a lot of young male gazes that do not
Yeah.
understand that and do not have that knowledge right now, are living in these parasocial worlds, and navigating high school, early college, and having horrible things to say to women or objectifying them in straight up ways.
Oh yeah. Well,
But
I mean, there's super popular brain parasites running around on
Right.
their phone screens, like Andrew Tate, like
Right, but
cuts and shit.
there's okay, so there's the accountability we can put towards them, right? But then there's the accountability we
Yeah.
can put towards creators like ourselves or people like ourselves. We have voices too. We may not be big, but we do have a place and a stake in this whole conversation, right? That is
Yeah.
misogyny essentially, and then also sexism towards women in the internet space, especially, right? And the big thing that I want to emphasize is that this is the thing that she also emphasized, and I really agree with this point. There are so many women who do advertise and sell their sexuality as a product on the internet. There are so many OnlyFans girls. There are so many willing porn stars on porn sites.
Yeah.
Why do you have to cross the line with someone who doesn't want to be objectified in that way? To make a porn video, to superimpose someone's face over it, for someone who clearly doesn't want to do OnlyFans and have like combated these things and said these things for years.
Yeah.
That's pretty harsh. And that really hit me home when I watched her video. I was like, damn, that's big. And then, I kind of agree with the statement she made also that if you see this and you can even watch it, you can even bring yourself to watch it, you are part of the problem.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's no other way to look at it. You can't justify it any other way, shape, or form.
How do you not feel gross just typing that in like a search bar?
So Atrioc claimed it was because he was on Pornhub and clicked like an ad, and he's the guy who's Mr. Advertising and Mr. Marketing. If you don't know, watches Shark Tank on stream, and who's the Nvidia guy. He was the Nvidia marketing guy. Has a huge share in Nvidia, right? So Atrioc, he did his tearful apology. He said he's created, like, generally over the years, he's tried to create a safe space for women and treating women right in his chat, which I would genuinely agree with, that he has actually done that up until this point. The problem is that all of that work got diminished in one act, one click. And it shows you the accountability you have to have when you have an audience, you gotta, you gotta own up and you gotta be right with it. So I don't know what his situation is going to be, whether he's off Twitch for a while and he's ostracizing himself. His wife's asking, I don't know what's gonna happen there. I don't know what the yard's gonna be like this week when this comes out.
It's
fucking the day after. His
career's probably dead.
It's gonna be fucked for a while. I watched an Atrioc video the day before and I felt dirty. I'm not even joking. I watched a fucking Shark Tank Atrioc video and I felt bad the day after because of that. Now here's the one silver lining amongst all of this. All right, this is a horrendous shit show, not great, but there is one good piece of news. The creator of these deepfakes has deleted their internet presence and wrote an apology, and then also offered consolation to people who are dealing with other deepfakes still existing, and he can offer how to combat them and help them in the future. I don't know if he's going to live good on that and restake up business in a little while over another means privately through like Discord or other channels or whatever, but let's just hope that let's put it this way. So I did a little research when I found out all this whole thing and the name of the thing and all this stuff, and I looked into it. And then when I saw this article from Vice, I looked into the same creator's name again, and I could not find a drop of existence of their stuff on any site that I had seen it before. So the removal of things that I would say that's true. They've removed the stuff off the actual internet. These deepfake porn videos, which horrible to hear that we have to even explain all this stuff to you guys, but It is
Yeah.
what's kind of going on in our sphere right now. It is kind of the big thing. So let's hope that this is the turn of a leaf for like the better. You know, let's hope that it's maybe going to be
it's
less
so
of this.
gross.
It is. It is gross. It's gross to fetishize women over the top and like more than they ever want to be personally. You know, a lot of these women just want to go on and do their content and make great stuff. And a lot of people, both men and women, can go into their chats and live perfectly normal, healthy lives and engage healthy in these parasocial relationships. But still, you know what I mean? Like there's more people who don't do things that get you banned in chat
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
like getting banned, you know? It's just
Yeah,
how it
for
is.
sure.
There are more viewers in their chats than there are people getting banned in their chats. So there is not as many gross people as there are good people. But I think it's on the good people to stand up and say something about how gross this
Because
fucking is.
it only takes one gross person to really hamper your like whole
Yeah.
week,
Yeah.
you know?
And it sucks to say too that we had someone, fairly wholesome and well mannered and creating a safe space for women do that one act that is lascivious and destructive towards that image. Whether you're doing it in your own in private or whatever, that's whatever. But that's really you shouldn't be doing it. This the
Yeah.
I don't want to encourage the doing it in private. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't fetishize women who don't want to be
Well,
fetishized. There's plenty of women who do want to be fetishized. People who want to at least be promoting that kind of content that you can at least fetishize
yeah.
them in that way. Maybe they don't want that, but maybe they want you to buy their content so you can do that thing on your own and have that weird relationship.
Yeah.
But that's on you, right? There's people who are fine with that and who will take that money to do so. And there are people who are not fine with that. And the people who are not fine with that, we shouldn't be exploiting them. We just shouldn't.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, that's the big on Twitch thing. I don't know what else the fuck is going on that site. I try to actually, it's weird. I feel like I only watch small creators now.
Oh,
I
Charlie's doing another streamer or I mean speed run challenge.
Oh yeah,
That's gonna be hype.
what are
So
they
like
doing?
the game is it's a 2007 game.
Okay,
I don't remember the fucking name. It's like a shooter.
okay, now that's sick. I guess yeah, that's cool.
I
I'm
don't
hip.
know.
I don't know. You have to tell me what game
That's
it
like
is.
the
But
only shit I keep up with on Twitch.
yeah, yeah, that's
And I feel like I don't even watch like Twitch live, you know what I mean? I'm usually
well,
watching like creators clips or like their YouTubes.
I've gone through phases over the years where I watch a lot of live and stuff, right? Because live is you get like when you let's put it this way, when you watch a YouTube video of the live that you already saw, there are things that that like people who didn't watch the actual stream missed out on. And there are like better
Yeah,
parts that were in the videos because you think it's the best of, right? There's sometimes another like little hidden gem that you did not get.
that's right.
And it's up
Like
to the viewer. Like if you don't want that, you don't want that, right? So that was like for
I
me with
feel
like
like
I feel like early Ludwig I did that with, but now I'll like only tune in if I'm like already going to bed and I was gonna go to YouTube to watch something and I'm just like, oh, he's live, pop him on. But Twitch, there's no fucking Roku app. There's no like super easy accessible way other than your phone or a tablet or I guess computer. It's pretty accessible really when you think about it.
really,
But
I feel like a lot of
no, the
smart
Roku
TVs.
smart TVs are the thing. That's the thing. If smart TVs had Twitch, I'd be on it all the time probably.
Well, yeah, I feel like a lot of smart TVs are starting to have Twitch now.
Really? I don't see it.
Yeah, our TV has like Twitch on it,
Really?
and and then like we have
Why
a
don't you
Fire
turn me
Stick.
on more often?
Yeah, bro. My bad. My
I'm
bad.
kidding.
I
I'm
need to
kidding.
get you on every screen in the house, bro.
Yes, you do, sir. Each one's a viewer. Yeah, no, I don't really watch Twitch though, like as the website itself, unless I am observing another small creator who I follow who's like a friend of mine, and I'll like pop into
Yeah.
their chat before I'm streaming or whatever, or like if like just I'm in a few servers now that have like some smaller creators who are anywhere from like 5 to 20 viewers, so like just posting in those channels and like saying you're live, people see that, come pop and say hi, etc.
Yeah.
I don't really fuck with big Twitch anymore, I've realized.
Big Twitch.
Yeah, and I don't mean like corporate Twitch. I mean like, okay, I don't want to say I don't fuck with big streamer Twitch because there are some big streamers who, if they hit me up tomorrow, I'd be like, let's collab, let's do something,
Sure.
But there are a lot who I'm just like, I'm out, dude. This is too much. It's too much fucking drama with like grown ass people and adults and people who should be
Well,
more
yeah, that's
mature than
like,
this.
yeah. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
fucking love Charlie, but I fucking despise Aiden Ross.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. That.
You know what I
That's
mean?
that's the that's the threshold. Yeah. No, I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like there's like a total of maybe like 10 people who I'd be willing to like. I'd be like, these are my dream. I want to work with you, and everyone else, I'm just like,
Alec,
eh.
there's like an entire little mini generation of Twitch of like high schoolers that dropped out, so they never even got their like primary rearing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They need Big Papa
And
Alec to come in and just harass them on the internet and tell them how fucking dumb
then
they
they
are.
like get all this money and attention. Well, the ones that make it do, right? And now,
Yeah. I mean, they can have that though, and that's the thing. They'll rub that in my face if I try to bring up how dumb they are. But look at all this money and attention I have,
look
and
at
I'll be
that! Look at
like,
that!
ah, yes, the fleeting eye of the internet when it eventually leaves. You
Yeah,
have nothing. This is why we started with the podcast. So there's a backlog. There's substance.
yeah, yeah,
That's not even true. I started a stream before we started the pod, but still.
yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, but what episode number is it?
48.
Damn, you looked it up, but that's all right.
No, I didn't. I didn't. My answer right here. Like, I actually didn't.
Didn't see your
For me
hands
to
before,
reach
but
my
I,
mouse,
audio listener, do we trust him?
dude, I had my hands crossed.
The video
To
listener
reach my
can
mouse,
go fuck off for all I care in this case about if they
to
believe you or
reach
not.
my mouse and keyboard, I would have to be like this far up.
It's only funny
But
because
I'm
I didn't ask you last episode, and I usually ask you like every episode. So I've been trying to like get more spaced out to throw you off.
Yeah,
See if you
yeah.
really know what's going on anymore around here.
I'm hip.
Yeah, you are. You are hip, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Now, speaking of something I'm hip to, this is probably my most important topic for the pod. Yes, more than that of
King of
which
the
we
Hill.
just talked about, King of the Hill or deep
Yeah.
fake problems of the internet. No,
Yeah.
I have been watching the most awful yet wonderful trash television show I have ever seen.
I lay it on me.
You heard
Wait.
about- have you-
Before you give me the title, give me like the network or like who
It is
the
a
creator
TLC. It is a TLC original.
TLC. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So TLC, popular creators of My 1,000-Pound Life, My 600-Pound Life, Little People Big World back in the 2000s.
My Strange Addiction.
Yes. So this is
Where
the
people
kind
are
of
eating like wallpaper and shit.
they eat more than wallpaper on there, brother.
Yeah, dude, they're eating couch cushion.
Yeah, the whole damn cushion with the leather on it.
Yeah, dude.
No, that's not the show I'm watching though, but it is the same network. It's a newer program from TLC.
Oh, is it MILF Manor?
It is MILF Manor.
Yes.
What could only be described as a 30 Rock fever dream come to life. Because if you didn't know, 30 Rock had a sketch bit called MILF Island many years ago. And when I saw this, I was like, there's no way that MILF Manor can be real. This is a 30 Rock bit. Like, this is clearly a parody. And then I was like, oh no, this is what would happen if you made this show. And it's awful. So do you know the premise?
No, I don't know anything about this show.
Okay, so a destination resort in Mexico, right? Beautiful place, right? He starts off introducing all these women, and they're all I'd say anywhere from like 39 to like early 50s, maybe. Oh, one's 59. One's 59. She's about to be 60. Okay, but they're very attractive, very gorgeous women, most of them, right? I would say most of them are pretty good looking, right? And mind you, I watched this with my significant other. Like the entire time we were talking about it, I'm just like, she's a good looking mom. Yeah. Okay. We knew the premise right away, right? How trashy this could be. But the women did not know this. This is a surprise. They're like, we're dating for younger men. They want younger men. They some have dated younger men. Some have multiple children. They show, their families right throughout this. And you see that some of them have, some handsome young looking sons.
Yeah. Okay.
And so they have the women. They're like, we're going to go meet the men. And it's showing the men. It hasn't showed any of their faces yet. It has only a little few voices, just like B-roll walking. And it's got one of those big gates that's got, it's like white, transparent, and you see the shadow. Right.
Yeah,
and they open it up and they reveal that the dating pool are their sons.
Yeah. Oh my
yes.
God.
Yes. It's just as horrible as it sounds like. It's awful. It's super, super raunchy.
What is this streaming on, by the way?
It's on Discovery Plus if you must get one. There's a free week subscription and then $5.99 for with ads. The ads are less than a 2-minute period for any ad. It's $7.99 or $6.99 or $7.99. $6.99, I would say.
That's wild.
For the ad free.
Why is that kind of show on Discovery?
I love it. Shut your whore mouth. Here's why.
Okay.
It is so uncomfortable and so fucking cringe inducing. And it just feels like it cannot be real. Like this cannot be an actual television show that someone really thought up. And I'm like, dude, one of these producers had been drunk the night before, watched 30 Rock in the background, trying to come up with pitch ideas, and was just like, well, Manor, everyone loves alliteration.
Yeah.
That's dude.
And it's probably a hit.
It's just so basically, like, show starts off, right? You meet all these attractive young men. They're doing their thing. They're like trying to hit on moms, right? Immediately, one of these moms, 50-year-old Kelly, huge fake tits, ginormous, right? Blonde woman. She tries herself as disco mommy. She's very, very party girly, right? And she's immediately just starting to hit on men, like several of them. And she tells her own son, like at the end of the first night, this is going to be your dad, to one of the other boys who's like a 20-year-old who's also trying to fuck other moms in the house. You see what I'm saying here? This shit gets crazy. All right. So 3 episodes are currently out.
How are people not going to start throwing hands?
Bro, there is someone who's already upset with, so that same kid, right? His name's Joey. He's the 20-year-old. He's the youngest one of all the boys, right? He has down bad for the 59-year-old April J.
Okay.
She's good looking. Don't get me twisted on that. She's a fitness instructor. She's very attractive. But she's got a son too. And her son's there. And his name's Gabriel. And Gabriel's like a male model. And like wears like really dumb streetwear fashion shit. Like a dumb Zoomer would wear, you know? Like clearly appealing to the Zoomer audience for this kid. And he gets mad in episode 2. Because there is a game they have to play where people win. Like they do like certain things, right? Where it's like
to win dates,
right? A date of their choice amongst all the women or men, and respectively of the house that are there, right? And here's the kicker: so like there's bedrooms, right? The bedroom situation is like the mom and son have separate beds but share a room.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to hook up, the mom or son is respectively in the room. Yes, there's some footage of that coming for episode 4. So episode 2 has a game where it results in them winning dates to like go to some like tasting place, like some bar in Mexico somewhere, and they have like crickets that you can eat there, right? And it results in one of the guys throwing crickets at the other guy, and he's like, I don't like the way he's talking to my mom. I feel like it's disrespectful for him to try to date her, blah blah blah. So he throws crickets at him, and meanwhile the third guy is just like, these guys are immature as fuck. I hate this. You want to go on a walk on the beach? And like leaves the rest. It's so dumb. It's so cringe, man. And meanwhile, you have like,
sounds great.
It's really good, but really bad. There's a part in the 3rd episode though. So they do like a competition where it's the mother and son have to create a dance together that like encompasses like passion and desire, not sexual between the two of them, but like some kind of idea. And what it results in is one of the men who was a former Chippendale style dancer taking off his shirt, and all the women lose their fucking mind, and they all unanimously vote him to win. So then the mom, Charlene, then gets to choose her date first and chooses Jose. And Jose's mom is Paola. Okay, we're gonna get back to Paola in a minute. Harrison, the son, Harrison, the son who had the shirt off, the Chippendale style, Big Dancing, Magic Mike style, right? Give him the Magic Mike is what he said, literally. Okay. So he chooses this other woman, Stephanie. Okay. So they go to this date to this dance club. Charlene starts dancing with Jose. They're having a good time, right? All this stuff. They start talking. They're having a less good time because she's being very insistent upon, like, this woman has been very forward about, like, I'm trying to find the one that knows what to do with a woman because I have needs. She's like, I don't want to get one of these guys who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing down there and needs to know what he's doing. And I'm like, that's a valid argument, but she's being very forward about it, right? Very kind of pushy in a way. And they start having like almost like an argument between the two of them, right? Not like an argument, like a little bit of discourse, like an awkward like tension of it, of like he's not understanding me and she's not willing to, and he's like trying to be like, oh, it's about both people in the relationship though, you know? And he's like a younger guy, and she's like saying about like the woman needs what she needs, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then you cut to her son at the other table across the way, right? And he's on his date with Stephanie. And Stephanie goes, and Stephanie, by the way, has been this is day 3, right? Episode 3. Okay. She's been
Yeah.
on a date every night. So she's a hot ticket item.
Yeah.
She's gone out with a bunch of the guys, right? Not saying like she's, doing anything with them, but she's been asked out by many of the guys because she's very attractive by many of them, right? Mind you, she's also a Jesus freak.
Oh.
She keeps saying stuff about
cool.
Jesus all the time, about what the Lord's going to bring her in life. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. That's cool. So Harrison and Stephanie are talking, and Stephanie just goes, so like, who's the woman in the house you're like you're most attracted to or most interested in, blah, 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 whatever. They're having a natural conversation that comes up. And then he just goes, oh, Paola, which is Jose's mom. And then she cuts away to like their style of interview where they're like getting interviewed, separate. And he's just like, he said that to me. He's like, why wouldn't, he's like, I figured you would say me, but like, why'd you even take me on the date then? And then it cuts back to him and he looks like, he's like, yeah, well, And he like looks over at his mom and Jose, and he's like implying how uncomfortable it would have been for him to select Jose's mom as his date. So then it would have been 2 moms and 2 sons going out together on double dates.
Yeah.
That would have been so uncomfortable.
That would have been pretty bad.
Yeah. I love the implication of that moment. I was like, holy shit, this show is so cringe. There's a part where Jose, that same guy in episode 1 or 2, maybe the beginning of 2, I don't remember how it played out exactly, but this is where it goes. This is where it gets nuts. So Kelly, disco mommy, big tits, blonde, right? Disco mommy gets mad one of the nights because Stephanie, Paola, Jose, and one other person all speak Spanish natively. So they start speaking Spanish while they're all kind of like drunk and everyone's like goofing around.
I think I've
in
seen
a big group.
Clip.
Yes, and she's like, "Okay, we're done speaking Spanish." She like screams it and stuff, and she's getting mad at them for speaking Spanish. And I'm just like, "You were trying to mac on the Hispanic guy. Holy shit, you fucking racist! What the fuck?" And I would even call it racist. She actually apologizes very nicely the next morning and says, "Like it's her own fault. She tried taking Spanish in high school and she gave up on it, and she shouldn't have." She recognizes that like she could have been more educated. And I was like, that's a fine take. Like you showed some like remorse and like knowing that you were wrong, but also like how weirdly xenophobic are you being right now? Like let the natives speak in their language, bro. Like also you're in Mexico. Like you're literally in Mexico. Why can't they speak Spanish in there? Like 2 of them are from Mexico natively. Like originally. Like what the fuck is wrong with this woman? Crazy. The show is pure hot, utter garbage. I can't wait for next Sunday/Monday because Sunday's when it airs, but Monday's when it loads onto the streaming services.
Okay.
I can't wait. MILF Manor, everyone. Check it out on TLC, baby.
New hot ticket anime item this season.
It's actually so good, dude. I can't emphasize like why you should watch this garbage TV show enough, but like it's not so garbage that you're just like constantly eye rolling, but you're like actually wanting to see what's going to happen next.
Yes.
And you really want to know what these people are going to do because you're just like, so someone's going to try to fuck at some point and it's going to get weird. And I want to see how weird this shit gets.
You know what's not garbage?
Let's hear it.
The Last of Us.
Yeah. I heard episode 3 just came out and it's been the best one so far, actually.
Are you caught up?
I am not.
Rare Parm or Trill W. The air horns going.
Congratulations. For the first time in 48 episodes, you are actually ahead of me on a TV show or program of some kind.
It's so good. How far are you?
I've seen 1 and 2.
Oh, man.
I've heard 3 is good. Episode. I've heard. It's fine.
The best one.
There's going to be more. There's going to be more. It'll be good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's been good. I think the changes they've made are fine.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think the problem here is that I think we're all giving it a little too much hype, if I'm being real.
Really? You don't think it's going to get any better?
No, I think it's going to get better. What I'm saying is that, like, I think we're all hyped because it's actually a fairly faithful adaptation and it's well done.
Yeah.
And that's, like, above standard for us because we're usually used to things being pretty shit and not good things and then calling it good. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're used to having a problem with things and be like, yeah, but it was still pretty fun. It's like, no, we don't have to compromise here. We finally not get to compromise and just say something's good unbridled, right? It's nice. Doesn't it feel good? Now imagine if we could just have that all the time because things were actually just made well.
It's also a good live action, whatever. It's a good made of one of the greatest video game stories ever told. Last of Us 1 is pretty fire when
It's good, but
much...
I just can't get behind the notion of The Last of Us being in a top 10 video game story ever told.
That's like a top, all right, maybe top 10 video game of all time. How about that? Just more generic.
I don't know about that one.
You wouldn't put like that and Skyrim are like up there. The longevity they've had.
I wouldn't put Skyrim in top 10 video game of all time ever, even at peak.
This is
I think Oblivion's better than Skyrim. What's wrong with that?
Oh man.
Yeah, I said what I said. I'm proud of it.
That's fun.
Oblivion is better than Skyrim. I'm gonna say it again, louder and prouder. Oblivion is better than Skyrim.
What do you like about it?
Everything. And I don't have to elaborate. So poop your own pants, dummy. Now what? Yeah, you poop your own pants, sir. How dare you?
But yeah, no, it's we can agree it's an amazing story though, nonetheless.
Yeah, no, it's a good story. I'm just saying I think that there's a little too much hype being shined onto it because we have such a subpar standard for adaptations of video games in general. And if we would take off our rose-colored goggles for a second, we'd see that this is a well-made show. Absolutely. And it has a lot of heart and a lot of love made into it. I'm not going to disagree with that. But maybe, just maybe, a little too much hype.
Nah, gonna be fire. Better than Game of Thrones.
That's cap. That's actually cap.
Nah. Mark my words.
That's it? That's all you got?
Every episode's gonna continue.
At least when I had no argument, I told you to poop your pants. You just sitting here looking at me.
Well, pee your pants.
Oh, damn. Got me. Damn. Yeah. Whoa. In
Rush
Minecraft.
Banana, but don't throw a flashbang in Minecraft.
I still can't get over that fucking advice card you wrote for my baby shower.
It was pretty good.
That made me laugh my ass off, dude.
Would you like to tell the audience?
No, I think you should. I think you wrote it, you know?
I don't remember what it says. You saying you didn't keep it, bro?
No, I kept it. It's just in the other room, and I'm not going to leave everyone to go get it.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. We'll save that bit for another time.
Yeah, well, actually, I did pull aside 3 of them. I'll read it on the next episode. It's the three funniest, but I was gonna say best piece of advice, and yours was number 1 because it was the most specific.
Yeah,
dude.
Good times. Dude.
It will be a good time. All right, how about this one? How about this? Here's an idea for you. Seinfeld is just Jewish humor for goys.
So it's marketed to the rest of us.
Yes. It's Jewish humor, but only for the non-Jews.
I don't know how the fucking
Yeah, me either, actually. I'm fucking done with it. Let's move on to the more important thing, sports and esports, so we can wrap up our night here real quick. I woke up. Huh? Fnatic suck. Why are you watching EU? EU's boring. G2. First off, you're watching the wrong teams, because if you had any hype,
Vitality's good.
Yeah, there you go. There's who you should have been hyped on, because when we knew Bo was coming, I told you guys during the fucking pod last year, by the way, during the summer when they picked up Bo, I was like, this is going to be hype. He's going to take extra time to learn English. He's not going to play till next year, and he's going to fucking blow apart LEC. And guess what? Bo is blowing apart LEC right now. It's nuts. This guy looks like a fucking machine compared to the rest of the junglers. Is good too. Photon's fine. He's better than, I think he's better than like Chasey off of Mad Lions and like the other prospects who came in, because there was 2 or 3, maybe even 4 people who came in. I guess people were looking at like Evie on Heretics, which that's a wild pickup. He's past his prime. He's been on DFM for like 7 or 8 years, dude. He's gonna be on the tail end of his career.
Yeah, I mean, but that's esports for you. There's always gonna be teams making the stupidest pickups.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Vitality looks insane. They just beat G2 and took number 1 sole possession in LEC. So yeah, Vitality looks good. I can't wait to see them lift the trophy. That's who you should be hyped on this year. You should actually be hyped on Vitality going to Worlds and performing, because that team actually stands a chance.
No,
when I say stands a chance, I mean top 8. Top 8 is standing top top 8 is standing a chance. What do you mean?
Okay, that's fine. Top 8 standing it. So making it out of groups.
Yes. I think they will fundamentally make it out of groups, no sweat whatsoever. I do need to see them play a best of 5 to ensure if they end up being like a lower seed, like 3 or 4 or whatever it is. They had to play through like play-ins and stuff. If they like, here's the thing. We aren't going to see another Mad Lions situation like we saw last year where they literally lose. They don't win a best of 5 all year and then they make worlds somehow. We're not going to see that.
Yeah.
But we are going to see like probably a team compared to the rest who is not cut from the same cloth in best of 5s. And I'm hoping that it's not Vitality this year from EU. I hope it's somebody else.
It's going to be Vitality.
Excel's blowing up right now in Europe. They're fucking kabooming. Vethio is fucking posting on Twitter about how his mental is kaboomed and his confidence as a player is just gone. Fucking what's it? Odo Omne is not feeling so hot on the internet either. He's voicing some concerns.
Sure.
Yeah, it's rough. So Excel Camp is going kaboom right now, and honestly, I kind of had some hype for them. Like Odo, Xerxes, Vethio, Patrick, and Targa. Like that's a good roster.
It should be good.
It should be like a 3-4. It should be a 3-4.
Sounds like EU Golden Guardians to me. Like when Golden Guardians had like
nah, because that sounds like EU Immortals to me. Because Immortals, that's Astralis. Who are we kidding? China, Korea. Let's see what happened. Oh yeah. LCK start time. I wanted to talk about this. This was good. I woke up from having a tummy ache. Late at night. Yeah, I had a little tummy ache around midnight, right? So I woke up and I like went to go sit in the living room and I was like, I gotta watch something. So I turned on the old YouTube and what do I see starting but LCK at midnight? I was like, fuck, LCK starts at midnight now? That's lit. I can't wait to watch LCK. So then the other night I turned on LCK. Guess what's starting? Damwon versus T1 right at 12 o'clock. I'm like, wow, this is great. So yeah, I got to stay up like late after a stream, watch Damwon versus T1 live. Which is, sole possession of first LCK kind of thing.
Sure.
Basically was. Wouldn't you say so? Don't you think those are the best two teams?
I have no idea. I don't watch the minor regions.
How dare you? Yeah, Michael Jordan, a minor league player. My bad.
Yeah.
No, it was a good match. I believe T1 won.
Kobe's better.
Although I'm getting to say this, I'm getting really fucking tired of T1 not recognizing they can't do dumb shit in draft. Like, it's why they lost Worlds last year. They didn't just draft normal shit. They keep drafting Keria fucking blind. Not Keria. Keria's been playing fucking ADC supports, by the way. Like, he's played Caitlyn and Kalista support in professional matches now.
Yeah.
But we also have, like Zaves getting fucking blind pick Yone first pick on blue side. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you guarantee he's going to lose against potentially one of the people who actually can take him down? Like, I understand flexing against people who could, not really be a real threat or you're like up one game already. But in these first part of the draft scenarios, where it's like, yeah, just pick Zayas fucking Yone. No, stop it. Pick something that's a power pick. Stop trying to like fuck people mental on draft. And like, I hate that. I hate that people don't understand that like there's no point in trying to like switch them up and get like a good, clever pick in on the first one if you're just going to lose draft because you just let 2 power picks go through that normally wouldn't on red side.
You know what's been driving me nuts in NA that I've been seeing a lot of is teams letting the Cassante go through and then picking a weird counter pick or like just thinking Jax will win it.
Yeah, the Jax pick, I mean, I love Jax, don't get me wrong, one of my favorite champions, but like he's not as good as people think he is. He's so susceptible. He's so susceptible to so many matchups. He's so good. He's so bad against Cassante. You can fucking Sedge is like a 3-roll pick right now, but can still go top and shit on him. Like there's too many people who can just absolutely shit roll Jax for him to be a blind pickable character.
What I'm saying though is like it's like
but Cassante is too good.
I've seen teams ban LeBlanc.
Yeah.
And like when a potential mid laner's already been like locked in.
Yeah.
These drafts are horrendous. It's crazy, and I don't even play the game though.
Did you see the fucking they built like it was a Vi player who built Radiant Virtue and Chempunk, and then he built fucking Bramble and started building Thornmail. Yeah. Like
What?
So
I
for the
feel like you only
audience who
need
doesn't
one of those
understand,
items.
that's correct. So mathematically, you can only use one of those items. They don't stack. So audience doesn't play League of Legends. There's this thing called Grievous Wounds. It applies lower amounts of healing over time.
It's
It's
healing reduction.
right, healing reduction. It's a better way to say it. Yeah. And you can only have one of them. There's like 2 items in the game that can do healing reduction. They fit pretty well into a lot of characters, or the ones who at least need them.
Yeah.
And in a professional match recently, you had a pro player who built the first one to completion, which is pretty typical right now. Actually, it's technically a meta build. They
Sure,
built
it's
their.
not the worst thing in the world.
It just depends on the character and how they're working with it, right? So you build this item,
Yeah.
right? Get Grievous Wounds. They did a different item, and then after they built, that full other item, they started building more Grievous Wounds, which you cannot do. It does not stack. It's not even like a stack with a discount kind of thing. Where I mean, like it's 40% Grievous Wounds, right? And if it's 40 on top of 40, what's 40 of 40? Which is like whatever math you want to break down, right? You don't get that other like additional 12 point whatever percent on top of it to make 52% reduction. It's just 40. So it's a waste of efficiency, a waste of gold, it's a waste of time, honestly, too. And the fact that there are pro players, professionals that do things like this. Like you can just tell who the pros who actually give a fuck are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who want to push the boundary of the game and like do more. I think a good example of this is like Trimby
how
from
do
Koi.
these errors happen? Like, you know what I mean?
Because the coaching staff isn't fucking writing their dick about why they're building so shit and like getting on them about like how they're performing and like you need to do better even if you're doing well.
Like it's all this money is dumped into it, and it's just
It's less money than before
they're
too.
still like NA is still fucking up the basics, you know.
Well, that wasn't even NA. I think that was a different region. But
Like at least in CS,
it still
we can
happens
say the
though.
game's dead. You know.
Yeah, we can't here. Unfortunately, we made it. We're not allowed to.
Yeah.
No, but like I think there are players who are obviously like trying, right? People who are trying to push the meta, trying to push the boundaries of things. I think Trimby from Koi is a really good example of this. He played Soraka recently, had an outstanding game on it, absolutely shit rolled and punished the lane, and then no one's picking Soraka. Like I don't get. It's not a pocket pick. She's just strong, and she has been since Worlds. And he was playing her at Worlds and doing the same thing. People just aren't hip with what actually is good, and enchanters are still good. Engage tanks are fine, but enchanters are good.
Gutted.
Yumi already got gutted, thank God. But we're also
patch 5.
Yeah, 13.1b or whatever it is, and 13.2 is coming live very soon.
Yeah,
so that's the ADC. That's the one. Well, yeah, but then the ADC patch comes too, so that's going to change a lot of stuff. So yes, the Yumi thing is going to be gone. This is the one thing I'm going to wrap up of the esports talk with. Just on, I love that in pro play, every time a Yumi comes up in EU, the crowd just boos mercilessly, regardless of team. You could be G2 and get fucking booed for playing Yumi right now. But you know what? I don't think Mickey X would play Yumi right now.
Yeah.
He's too crazy.
I feel like EU crowds are just louder too.
Yeah.
A little bit better.
I'd say they're a little more like, in the spirit of the moment. For sure.
Yeah. Chinese
now,
crowds are nuts.
Chinese crowds are insane. They're the true.
Yeah.
Well, there's 3. This is my official 3. Let's rank them amongst ourselves. But I'm going to say Brazilian crowds are insane.
Only when a Brazilian team is playing.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah, dude. The Brazilian stuff that was in the most recent like international league event that was in Brazil was actually insane.
You can maybe say it for just league, but for all esports, I'm gonna out the resounding no.
Okay, that's fair, but I'm still gonna put Brazil in my heart.
And that's because of
that's
Rio
my number
major.
3. That's fair. And that's a reasonable thing for you, honestly. Dude, I just found out about the whole thing that happened with Outsiders that they had like crashes on stage and they lost a match nearly because of that, like during the tournament run. Did you see that?
Maybe.
Yeah, like no, apparently this is like I was watching go fuck me for this, right? But what's that shitty esports channel we make fun of all the time? The Score Esports, right? So they had like a most cursed vibes video.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's find out what's going on here. And that was one of them that like, it was James and 2 of the others who on that team, like they all disconnected at the same time during a match, but because there had been damage done and there had been things already happening, they had to like surrender the round and they lost that game.
That grand final is the most disgusting display I've ever seen from a crowd.
Yeah, that was kind of degenerate. I look back on that with kind of a little bit of disdain and been like, damn, bro, you really
I
got to do
don't
them
think that
dirty.
Brazil should ever get another event that's like
you
big.
you did say that before when this happened, and you're saying it now, so I'm gonna say you're sticking with that opinion.
Yeah, like maybe like an IEM event or like a qualifier.
We'll see. Let's talk about regular sports real quick because we got the NFL wrapping up pretty soon here. So first off, Joe Burrow showed up. Joe Burrow showed up in that pink dumbass shirt and then got his ass beat, from what I understand.
Yes, sir. Dude, did you see the videos of like Travis Kelce celebrating?
No.
So like they're interviewing Patrick, and he's like, Patrick, how does it feel to go back to the Super Bowl? And Patrick's like about to thank God. Well, he's in the middle of thanking God and his family. And Travis Kelce runs up, grabs the mic, and goes, Burrowhead my ass. This is Mahomes' house. And
Okay.
he just starts talking more shit. He starts talking shit to the Cincinnati mayor.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Respect. Respect. Honestly.
Respect.
Okay. Fair enough.
They were getting disrespected a lot leading up to that game, bro. I was getting
They
pissed.
kind of were, actually. I'm not gonna lie. The amount of shit being thrown towards the Chiefs was kind of excessive.
Joe Burrow has beaten Patrick Mahomes 3 times. You
And
know,
I'm not
he
saying
owns
that.
Arrowhead. Blah 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 blah.
I'm not saying this as a fan of the Chiefs or someone who's like native enough to where the Chiefs is the localized team for me. I'm just saying this is my perspective of what I view of NFL Twitter when I see it every week. And I kept seeing a lot of talk about how Joe Burrow looked so drippy or was so hype or whatever dumb shit. I saw a lot of shit talking shade on the Chiefs, and particularly on the family of our good bully.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, sir. I get it. I get that his wife and his brother are fucking annoying to a lot of people.
They're insufferable to hang out with, I'm sure.
Absolutely, but come on, that's his fucking family. Don't be disrespectful like that.
Yeah, just
like,
leave it.
At a certain point, it's like really just kind of beating a dead horse. Now, here's the one thing I will say about all this from Joe Burrow's side. Joe Burrow did say that the Bengals play Super Smash Bros. Sometimes on the flight to games. He said that linebacker Clay Johnson is the best amongst the team of the Bengals.
You want to hear
but he said he was a Ness main. Joe Burrow said he was a Ness main. I want that to be known.
That sounds correct. I got another crazy NFL thing.
Let's hear it.
So this is being referred to as the Jeffree Star mystery.
What? You know, why are we referencing? Yes, I know who Jeffree Star is. I was going to say, why are we referencing him?
So Jeffree Star posted a picture of him and a fucking meat hand, a club.
Yeah.
And he was just like, my NFL boyfriend and I are going to like Wyoming. He couldn't make the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. And like has posted more pictures, but not showing this player's face. Gotcha. Just like different little details. And now everyone is all over the internet trying to like guess who it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of these like players had like gotten like his wife had to message Jeffree Star and be like, please, could you just say, because everyone's assuming it's my husband and DMing me. And like he had to like tweet. He's like tweeting. It's very cryptic what he's doing, you know.
Interesting. So Jeffree Star has made himself relevant yet again.
Yes.
Dude, you know what fucked me up? I've been going through listening to old music recently every now and then, and I've been listening to the specific Warped Tour compilations from different years. And there's a year where Jeffree Star is on one of them. And I was just like, that's so not cool. Like, why is he on this after all these years? But for real, like, it's so weird to remember that Jeffree Star came from that scene.
Yeah.
Like, not just some makeup guru YouTuber, literally a Warped Tour superstar for a little bit.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking world are we living in, man?
Yeah, man. It's nutty where.
So who do you think it is? Who's your top prospect of who Jeffree Star is boning right now?
Or
getting boned by, I guess.
I have no fucking
clue. Wait. Do you think this meat-handed man is the bottom to Jeffree Star?
I hope so.
That'd be really funny.
That'd be awesome. Because the guy's 6'6".
How do you know he's 6'6"?
Jeffree tweeted that. Like them standing next to each other, but it was a guy's back to the camera and Jeffree's face, like standing. Yeah. So you can only say
I don't even know what to say to this.
This person does not play on the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Eagles, or the 49ers.
So
Based
okay.
on when the pick, because
Okay,
they
okay,
were
so it's
playing
still
when these
most
picks
people.
came.
Got it. Yeah, got it. Cool.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
still have
yeah,
most
yeah.
of the players to work with.
Well, then you have to toggle by 6'6",
Okay.
and then you toggle by white, and then you
Oh, it's a
toggle
white
by
boy. Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then like
What do you
so
think it's? What are the chances it's a Gronk? What do you think? What do you think the chances are?
I don't think so, man. I don't think there's any more Gronks left in the NFL.
Are there not? I don't know.
It's active player apparently.
Oh. Well, they are
Yeah.
certainly active with Jeffree Star.
Yeah, dude. This guy from Barstool has it narrowed down to like 51 potential people.
Only 50. What the fuck is wrong with people, dude?
Yeah.
This is wild. I didn't know anything about this, man. That's
Dude,
nuts.
this is a wild side of the NFL. This is a side of the NFL Jerry Jones doesn't want you to know about.
The gays. They don't want to know that it's kind of gay in the NFL with the big meaty men. No way.
Yeah.
I would never
Who
have
would thought?
guessed. I would have never guessed the big muscly, bulging, meaty men would ever turn another man on. The question is like, what do you think is the latent percentage of gay men in the NFL? I'm gonna say like probably
There's
7% of all the men.
7%.
Yeah, all of them. 7% of all them men is gay.
Yeah. I would say 15% aren't like completely straight.
That's a more accurate representation, probably. Maybe
You
even
know what I
more.
mean? Like to that, and that 15% includes people who are gay, but it also includes like the
The
bis,
Bengals start employing like Spartan tactics.
Yeah. Just fucking each other in the ass.
That's why they couldn't win the game, baby.
Yeah.
Because they weren't into it. They weren't gay, actually. So they weren't really
Yeah, they
into
were
it.
gay.
Their head wasn't
Yeah.
in the game or in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were not eating enough ass.
I will say this. I understand that people want to talk shit on Joe Burrow because he is, the antithesis to Patrick Mahomes a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But when he does
Well,
talk on the internet, he's kind of based, dude.
you know what people have been saying a lot of after this game is NFL rigged. And
See, they
it's
haven't heard
just
about the
like,
LCS script yet, have they? They
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know about the
exactly.
storyline. So yeah, they're just coming around to your programming being fucking
But like,
televised.
do you know how elaborate you'd have to be to include 32 organizations, key roster members, staff, like all these people you'd have to keep quiet to
Oh
rig
yeah,
the system? And
absolutely.
and you want to give that kind of credit to the NFL? You think they're that like fucking good? And then you have to ask yourself, like, why would they cheat? Why would they want the Chiefs in over the Bengals? Because your players are talking shit. You know what I mean? You became less likable.
Absolutely.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
If it
I'll,
is rigged, so like fuck you.
I'll
Play the
agree.
game.
I'll agree with the notion. Now, I would like to give another form of entertainment a little bit of credence, as I did show some love for something I did not once love before, One Piece, earlier in this
Okay.
episode. Right? I'd like to show another form of media that I've shown not a lot of love historically on the pod. Actually, I want to give a shout out to WWE wrestling. Okay, here's why. Do you know who the band 18 Visions is?
No.
Okay, so they're like a like I wouldn't say pre-Avenged Sevenfold, but like pre-Avenged Sevenfold era metalcore band. Okay, this is
Okay.
when metalcore was like still coming up, right? There's this record label called Trust Kill Records. They were like kind of like before Rise Records kind of thing, right? Trust Kill was like if you were in metalcore, you wanted to be on Trust Kill, kind of. Okay, so
Sure,
18
sure,
Visions
sure.
was this band on Trust Kill many, many moons ago. Okay. In fact, the song I'm looking at the music video of when I'm referencing this
Yeah.
is released 16 years ago on YouTube, but was released before that. So this song is like almost 20 years old. Okay. But there's this meme I
Okay.
saw, right? Because I've been listening to a few like rock sound videos of like the guy from Counterparts gives his list of top 10 list of breakdowns, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he talks about in his video how he's like, we all know the fucking meme. And it's the WWE video, and it's got a guy with a yellow sign and it says Tower of Snakes breakdown. And I was
Yeah.
just like, what? I don't know anything. I know that song, but I don't know anything about this meme, right? So I look
Yeah.
it up and I find it, and it's so fun. It's just a big yellow sign, just this Tower of Snakes breakdown. And if you know
Yeah.
anything about 18 Vision's Tower of Snakes, this song goes fucking hard in the breakdown. Like this is
Yeah.
like old school chug, like dissonant chord
Dude, the
breakdowns.
signs at
before.
WWE events would be nuts.
Dude, that literally, I could not believe someone was making an 18 Visions reference, but the fact that they chose like that breakdown is just fucking like mosh pit inducing. Like that breakdown for me is like definitely in my top 10 of all time.
Yeah.
And to see that meme, and I'm just like, maybe these WWE fans ain't so bad. Maybe they are on to something.
You gotta watch some of the classics, man, and then you'll understand.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along. And in the background, there's just a breakdown playing. I could get down with that shit all the time. Now,
I'm telling you, man.
final transition out. Last final thought. Record of Ragnarok.
Okay, go ahead.
Record of Ragnarok season 2 just came out. Watch that shit. It's good.
It's good. Fire.
I love that,
Peter
man.
Dinklage.
I love Shimatsu no Valkyrie, the manga. I love that shit. I've been reading it since it came out. Like, since I heard about it, basically 2 chapters in, I was like, I'm reading this.
Yeah.
The first fight of this season's Hercules versus Jack the Ripper. Pretty good
Very
fight.
good.
Pretty good fight. Just gonna say.
Pretty good. Peter Dinklage played in a punk band in the 90s called Lizzie.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
That's everybody's fun fact of the day.
Have a good one. What was the name of the band? Lizzie?
Wizzy.
Wizzy.
WHIZZY.
Oh, like Wizzy. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
What did he play? What did he play?
He sang, and he played the trumpet.
In a punk band? Wait, Peter Dinklage is in a ska band? Is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right. Well, that's a great one to end it on. Goodbye, everyone. See you later. Bye.